Matrices. This is the chapter 3 of class 12th. In this chapter, following topics are to be discussed: matrices and terms related to it, types of matrices, operations on matrices. There will be three types of operations: addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Transpose of a matrix, symmetric and skew symmetric matrices, inverse of a square matrix by elementary transformation method. Let us understand the matrix. Suppose Ram has 5 notebooks and 3 books. Shyam has 6 notebooks and 4 books. It can be represented in this format: Ram, Shyam, these are the number of notebooks, these are the number of books. This is for Ram, this is for Shyam. Enclosed within big bracket or a small bracket. So this is an arrangement. So matrix matrix is the rectangular arrangement of numbers or functions. For example, 135,267 minus 108 enclosed within big bracket. We know that horizontal lines are columns and horizontal lines are rows. So this is row 1, this is row 2, this is row 3, and vertical lines are columns. So this is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3. Here we have arranged functions within a small bracket. So we can see that this is first row, this is second row, and this is third row, and this is first column. Now we can write its order, and remember that order is the number of rows multiplied with number of columns. So for this matrix, number of rows is 3 and number of columns is 3. So its order will be 3 cross 3. Here number of rows is 3 and columns is 1. So order is 3 cross 1. Now order of a matrix. If a matrix has m rows and n columns, then its order is m cross n. A matrix is denoted by capital letter of English alphabet, and here it is represented as Aij enclosed with a small bracket. Here m cross n. M cross n is the order of this matrix, that is its number of row is m and its number of column is n. Here Aij indicates the element of ith row and jth column, where I and j are natural numbers. Now let us do a question. Here the question is, in the following matrix -3201, tell A11, A12, A21, A22, A12. So how can we write? Here A11 means the element of first row and first column. So this is -3. A21 means element of second row and first column. So 0. A22 is 1 and A12 is 2. Let us do next question. If a matrix has 12 elements, what are the possible orders it can have? So its possible orders will be factors of 12. Those are 1 into 12, 12 into 1, 2 into 6, 6 into 2, 3 into 4, and 4 into 3. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 orders possible for the matrix. Now let us do next question. Construct a 3 cross 2 matrix whose elements are given by Aij is equal to 1 by 2 within modulus I minus 3j. Here Aij is equal to half of modulus of I minus 3j and order is 3 cross 2, means this is the matrix having 3 rows and 2 columns. So we can find A11. So we put 1 for I and j for 1. So we have 1 minus 3 into 1 here. So we have after calculation here mod of minus 2, this gives us 2 and we have 1 here. Likewise you can find A12. For this we have to put 1 at I and 2 at j. Then after simplification we have 5 by 2. A21 can be found as we put 2 in place of I and 1 in place of j, and after simplification we have 1 by 2 as A21. Now A21 we can find it as in the above manner. This is 1 by 2, A22 as 2, A31 as 0, A32 as 3 by 2. So the matrix this one will gives us here 3 rows and 2 columns. So this can be written in this form: A11, A12, A21, A22, A31, A32. Now we put the values obtained above. Let us discuss types of matrices. First one is column matrix. So the matrix having only one column. For example, this one. This is a matrix of order 2 cross 1. Here the number of column is 1. Row matrix. The matrix having only one row. For example, here it is a matrix minus 3 root 2, 1 cross 2. Number of row is 1 and the number of columns is 2. A square matrix. The matrix having number of rows equals to number of columns. For example, here you can see number of rows is 3 and number of columns is 3. So it is a square matrix. Its order is 3 cross 3. We can say that this is a square matrix of order 3. In a square matrix A of order 3, diagonal elements are, see, these elements which are along the diagonal of a square is called main diagonal elements. Those are A11, A22, A33. This is a diagonal matrix, the square matrix having non-diagonal element 0. You can see that this is a square matrix of order 2, and here non-diagonal elements, those are 0 and 0. These are 0. This is a diagonal matrix. Here we can also see this is a square matrix of order 3 and non-diagonal elements are 0. A scalar matrix. The square matrix having non-diagonal elements 0 and diagonal elements equal. We can see that this is a square matrix having non-diagonal elements 0 and diagonal elements equal. Here this is another example of a scalar matrix. Identity matrix of order n is represented as In. The square matrix having diagonal elements 1 and non-diagonal elements 0. For example, this is our identity matrix of order 2. Here diagonal elements is 1 and non-diagonal elements is 0. This is identity matrix of order 3. Here diagonal elements is 1 and non-diagonal elements are 0. Zero matrix or null matrix, this is represented by capital O. The matrix having all elements 0. For example, this is a zero matrix. Here all elements are 0. This is also another zero matrix. Let us know equal matrices. Two matrices are said to be equal if they have the same order and their corresponding elements are equal. For example, here we have 1 1 1 1. This is a matrix of order 2 cross 2. This is another matrix of the same order, and we can see that their corresponding elements are same. This is 1, this is also 1, so they are equal matrices. Let us do this question. Find A and B in following equal matrices. Here these are two equal matrices, and we know that two matrices are equal if and only if their corresponding elements are equal. So we can write A plus 2 is equal to 3. This gives us the value of A, which is 1. And B minus 1 is equal to 7. This gives us the value of B, which is 8. Let us see operations on matrices. There are three types of operations: addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Addition. Let Aij and Bij be two matrices of the same order m cross n. Then we can write A plus B as this one. We add the corresponding elements of the two matrices to find their sum. For example, here matrix A is 2 3 4 6 7 9. Order is 2 cross 3. Here another matrix B minus 1 2 0 7 4 minus 6. Order is 2 cross 3. So addition is possible only when the two matrices have the same order. Now we can add A plus B. So we know that for addition we have to add the corresponding elements to get the sum matrix. So we have 2 plus minus 1, 3 plus 2, 4 plus 0, and after and so on. And after addition we have this matrix as the sum of the given two matrices. Now subtraction. Here let A and B be two matrices of the same order. Then A minus B is A plus minus B. Here minus B is the negative of B, which is obtained on multiplying each element of matrix B with minus 1. For example, subtract B 2 3 from A 6 minus 7. So we do it as follows. Now A minus B is this 1 minus this. Now we multiply this matrix with minus 1 and add to the previous matrix to get the subtraction as 4 minus 10. Let us know multiplication of a matrix with a scalar. Let Aij be a matrix and K be a scalar. Then Ka is equal to K Aij, which gives us, here we multiply every element Aij with K to get the new matrix. For example, if A is equal to 2 minus 3, then we can find 2A as 2A is equal to 2 into, we have to multiply each element of A with 2 to get 4 minus 6. Now properties of addition. So this is commutative. Let A Aij and B Bij be two matrices. Then we can write A plus B as Aij plus Bij. After addition, we have Aij plus Bij. It can be written as Bij plus Aij because commutative property of addition or numbers is held. So we have B plus A here. Now associative property. Here we have to take three matrices. So we take A Aij, B Bij and C Cij. Then A plus B plus C. This gives us, here we add first two matrices, then we add the sum with third one. Then first property is K into A plus B. This is equal to K into Aij plus Bij. Here K into, we can write it as in this form. Now we remove the bracket. Then we multiply this with, because this is an element, so we have this one. And it can be written as Kaij plus Kbij. This can be splitted into this form. Now K is taken, come out here. We have Ka plus Kb. Next property is K plus L into A. This is K plus L into Aij. Here we have K plus L multiplied with the Aij. Then we have K Aij plus L Aij. We are operating here in the way we operate on numbers. Here they are numbers K plus L Aij. These are numbers, so we have such type of result. Then we have Ka plus La. Multiplication of matrices. We cannot multiply any two matrices. The rule is the product AB only exists if number of columns of A is equal to number of rows of B. Suppose A and B are two matrices. A has order m cross n, B has order n cross p. Then their product AB has the order n is cancelled with n, we have m cross p. So its order is m cross p. Let us find the multiplication of these two matrices, also BA, and so that AB is not equal to BA. Solution. Here we can multiply AB because the number of columns of A is 1, 2, 3 and number of rows of B is 1, 2, 3, 3. So we can multiply, and we can also multiply BA because number of columns of B is 2 and number of rows of A is 2. So here both AB and BA are defined. Now AB. Here it is A, this is B. We go along row in first matrix and along column in second matrix. We multiply the corresponding elements and we add. Suppose here its order is 2 cross 3, its order is 3 cross 2. The product matrix has order 2 cross 2. So suppose we have to write A11, then we have to multiply. Suppose we have to write Aij of the product matrix, then we have to multiply ith row of first column with jth column of second matrix, and then we add. Here we have to write A11, so we multiply the elements of first row of first matrix with first column of second matrix, and then we have to write A12, then we have to multiply elements of first row of first matrix with second column of second matrix. Now here we have to write A21, so we have to multiply second row of first matrix with first column of second matrix and add them. Here we have to write A22, so we have to multiply second row of first matrix with second column of second matrix and add them. After simplification we have this AB. Now we can find BA in the same manner. Here B has order 3 cross 2 and A has order 2 cross 3, so resultant product has order 3 cross 3, so we have to write A11, so we have to multiply the elements of first row of first matrix with first column of second matrix and add them. Likewise, to write A12, we have to multiply first row of first matrix with second column of second matrix. Here we have to write A13, so we have to multiply first row of first matrix with third column of second matrix. Likewise, to write Aij of product matrix, we have to multiply ith row of first matrix with jth column of second matrix and add them to get the result. So in the same way we have BA as this value. Here clearly AB is not equal to BA because we have AB is a matrix of order 2 cross 2 and BA is a matrix of order 3 cross 3. Now we have an interesting example in the case of the product of two matrices. Here these two matrices are non-zero matrices, but we can see that the product AB is 0. This is a matrix A, this is another matrix B. After multiplication we have a null matrix. So we can say that in matrix multiplication there are some examples where the product of two non-zero matrices is a zero matrix. Now let us discuss properties of matrix multiplication. First one is, in general for two matrices A and B, AB is not equal to BA. Second, AB is not equal to 0 matrix whenever A is not equal to 0 and B is not equal to 0, where A, B are matrices of the defined order for multiplication. This property does not hold in matrices. Here A and B are non-zero, but AB may be 0. We can see a counter example as question number 2 discussed earlier. Here the associative property holds because whenever the product exists, the product of first two matrices with third one gives the product of first matrix with the last two matrices. Now we have an identity matrix I of the same order as A, such that IA is equal to AI, which is A. These are four properties of multiplication of matrices. Let us proceed for next topic, transpose of a matrix. It is denoted by A dash or A T at upper suffix. It is the matrix obtained on interchanging the columns and the rows of A. For example, here A is this one whose order is 2 cross 3. Then its transpose is According to the definition, we have to interchange columns into rows. So first column is changed into first row, second column is changed into second row, and third column is changed into third row. And this new matrix has order 3 cross 2. That is, if a matrix Aij has order m cross n, then its transpose is Aji, means A12 becomes A21, A13 becomes A31, and its order is changed and it is n cross m. Let us discuss properties of transpose of the matrices. For any two matrices of the suitable orders A and B, transpose of A is A, K A. Transpose of K A is K into transpose of A, where K is a constant. A plus B whole dash is A dash plus B dash. AB whole dash is B dash A dash. Let us discuss some other types of matrices like symmetric matrix and skew symmetric matrix. Firstly, we define symmetric matrix. A square matrix A is said to be symmetric if its transpose is itself. That is, Aji is equal to Aij for all I and j. For example, here A 2 3 minus 1 3 root 3 5 minus 1 5 0. We can say that here elements are mirror images of main diagonal elements. We can see that 3 and 3, here 3 and here 3, minus 1 here minus 1, 5 and 5. In case of symmetric matrix, such property exists. Now let us discuss skew symmetric matrix. A square matrix A is said to be skew symmetric if transpose of A is minus A. That is, Aji is equal to minus Aij. Now we are going to establish that the diagonal elements of a skew symmetric matrix is 0. Here, for diagonal elements I is equal to j, so Ai is equal to minus Ai minus Aii, because we know that in case of skew symmetric matrix Aji is equal to Aij. Aji is equal to minus Aij. So we have I is equal to j. That's why this one. Now Aii is equal to minus Aii. This implies that Aii plus Aii. This is transferred to LHS. So RHS becomes 0. On proceeding ahead, we have Aii 0 means A11, A22, A33 and so on, ANN are 0. We know that these are diagonal elements, so the diagonal elements of a skew symmetric matrix are 0. For example, here A, you can see that here diagonal elements are taken 0, and you can also see that rest elements are mirror images and with negative sign. You can see that here minus 3 negative of 3, here minus 5 negative of 5, here minus root 5 negative of root 5. Its transpose will be 0 minus 3 minus 5 3 0 minus root 5 5 root 5 0. This is negative of this matrix. So here A transpose is minus A. Now let us discuss some theorems related to symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. For any square matrix A plus A dash is symmetric and A minus A dash is skew symmetric. Let us prove it. We are going to prove A plus A dash is symmetric. For it, let B is equal to A plus A dash. Now we have to So transpose of B is equal to B. We take transpose of A plus A dash, then we have A dash plus A dash dash using the property of transpose. Now this is A dash and we know that transpose of A is A. Using the property of transpose, from here we have A plus A dash, because we know that matrix addition is commutative. This one is our B. Thus we have shown that transpose of B is equal to B. That is B is equal to A plus A dash is symmetric. We have to show A minus A dash is skew symmetric. For it, let us suppose that C is equal to A minus A dash. Now we have to show transpose of C is equal to minus C. So we take transpose of A minus A dash. So A dash minus transpose of A dash. Here we have A dash. We know that this one is A. Here we take minus common, then we have A minus A dash. This is our C. A minus A dash is our C. That is C is equal to A minus A dash is skew symmetric. Theorem: any square matrix can be expressed as the sum of a symmetric and a skew symmetric matrix. Let us prove it. For any square matrix A plus A dash is symmetric and A minus A dash is skew symmetric. We have discussed it earlier. Then half of A plus A dash is symmetric and half of A minus A dash is skew symmetric. Now if we add these two matrices, then we can see that this is A. Hence the result. Now let us verify the property that transpose of AB is B dash A dash. Here A is this one and B is this one. Order of A is 1 cross 3. Order of B is order of A is 3 cross 1 and order of B is 1 cross 3. So we can find AB as the number of columns of A is 1 and the number of rows of B is 1. So we can multiply to find AB. Now AB is, this is A 3 cross 1, B is 1 cross 3. After multiplication we have this one 3 cross 3. We can find transpose of AB after interchanging row into columns. Now we find B dash and A dash. Then we multiply B dash A dash to get this one. We can see that both are same. Here minus 2, 4, 5. Here also minus 2, 4, 5. Likewise you see that both are same. So transpose of AB is B dash A dash. Express the matrix B. This is a matrix, a square matrix. We have to express it as the sum of a symmetric and a skew symmetric matrix. What to do? We suppose P is equal to half of B plus B transpose, because we know that this is symmetric. Now we find the matrix P. This was 2 minus 3 by 2 minus 3 by 2 minus 3 by 2 3 1 minus 3 by 2 1 minus 3, and we find Q because we know that this one is skew symmetric matrix. So we put the values. This one is our skew symmetric matrix. So this is our given B, and you can see that this is a symmetric matrix because elements are mirror image of diagonal elements. This is skew symmetric matrix because you see that here diagonal elements are 0 and rest elements are negative mirror image of other elements. So we can represent any square matrix in the form of sum of two. One is symmetric and another is skew symmetric matrices. Let us discuss invertible matrix. A square matrix A is said to be invertible if there exists a square matrix B of the same order such that AB is equal to BA is equal to I, where I is the identity matrix. Then we say that A inverse is equal to B and B inverse is equal to A. So let us discuss theorem 1. The inverse of a square matrix, if it exists, is unique. Let us prove it. One thing I would like to say that very rarely proof of a theorem is asked, but it will be helpful for your deep understanding of the subject and for your next classes. So let us discuss its proof. Here we have to prove that the inverse of a square matrix, if it exists, is unique. So let A be a square matrix. If possible, let B and C be two inverses of A. Here we are using contradiction method to prove it. Then by the definition of inverse of a matrix, we can say that AB is equal to BA is equal to I and AC is equal to CA is equal to I. Now B is equal to IB and I is equal to CA, CA into B, so C into AB, because we know that here we can apply associative property. So C, we know here AB is I, so we write CI. This gives us C. That is, the inverse of A is unique, hence proved. Theorem 2. If A and B are two invertible matrices of the same order, then AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse. From the definition of inverse, AB into AB whole inverse is equal to Y. Pre-multiplying with A inverse, we have this one, A inverse I is A inverse. Here we can write A inverse A, B whole inverse. A inverse A is I, so IB AB whole inverse is equal to A inverse. Here IB is B, so B AB whole inverse A inverse. Now pre-multiplying with B inverse. Then we have B inverse B, AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse. Now B inverse B is I, AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse. So AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse A inverse. Now to find the inverse of a square matrix, here elementary row operations or transformations, here elementary column operations or transformations. There are two ways to find inverse of a square matrix, and we know that the inverse of a square matrix can be found if it exists. What are those operations? Row operations. If we apply row operations, then we apply operations on row only. Any two rows can be interchanged. Any row can be multiplied with a non-zero scalar. We can change a row into the sum of a row added with the product of a scalar with another row. Same rules are obtained in column operations. What steps are followed in row operations? We start with A is equal to IA. On applying a sequence of row operations on A of LHS, this A, and I on RHS to get I is equal to A inverse A. Steps followed in column operations. We start with A is equal to AI, apply a sequence of column operations on A of LHS and I to get I is equal to A inverse. We prefer to apply row operation to get I edge. This was uh, the pattern obtained in case of second order matrix. We have to change LHS A into this form. So we start with this position and go along the row. Likewise, here in case of third order matrix, we have to change this A, LHS A, into identity matrix I, and we start with this position and go along the row shown. We go along the arrowhead shown. Using elementary transformations, find the inverse of each of the following square matrices, this and this. We apply row operations. Then we start with A is equal to IA. Now this is our A, this is identity matrix, this is A. As per the rule, we have to transform this into identity matrix. So firstly we start with this position. Now this is 1. Now we have to make this as 0. For that we have to apply this operation R2 minus 2R1 to get this position 0. These operations will applied on this matrix. Now after simplification we have this form. This A is carried till the last step. Here we have to transform it into 1. So we have to divide it by 5. We have to divide R2 by 5. We have this simplification. Now we have to make this one 0 to get this as an identity matrix. So what to do? We have to change R1 as R1 plus R2 to get here 0. Then after simplification we have this one. This implies that I is equal to A inverse A. This is our A inverse. So our A inverse is this one. We can also apply column operations. This is the second method. But for that we start with A is equal to AI. Here we have A this one, A here. Now we have to apply operations on column only. So we this is 1 here. We have to make this one 0 using column. So we add simply C1 in C2 to get here 0. In both matrices we apply the same operation. Now we have this matrices. Here we have to make this as 1. So we have to divide C2 by 5. So we have this form. Now after simplification we have this one. Now we have to make this is 1 which is required. Now we have to make this as 0. Then what to do? We change C1 as C1 is changed to C1 minus 2C2. After applying this operation we have 2 minus 2 into 1, 1 minus 2 into 0. Here we have 0 minus 2 into we have to change. This is our C1. We have to apply C1 minus 2C2. So 1 minus 2 into 0, 2 minus 2 into 1. Here we have 1 minus 2 into 1 by 5, 0 minus 2 into 1 by 5. So we have this one. After simplification we have this result. This is our identity matrix AI. This is our A inverse. We apply row operations on the given matrix. This is our third order matrix. Now we have to transform this into identity matrix. For that we have to make it 1. For that we have to divide R1 with 2. So we have this result. We divide both R1 with 2. So we have this matrix. Now we have to change this 2 into 0. Then what to do? We change R2 as R2 minus 2R1. So we have 0 here. We can also change this into 0. How can it be done? It can be done. We change R3 minus 3R1. We apply these two operations on both matrices to have this matrix. After simplification, we have these matrices. So now we have to change this 5 into 1. Then what to do? We divide R2 with 5. After applying the operation, we have these matrices. Now we have to change this R1 and this element into 0. For that, what is to be done? For that, we add R1 plus 3 by 2 R2. To get 0 here, we change R3 as R3 minus 5 by 2 R2 to get 0 here. So after applying these operations on both matrices, we have this matrix. Now we want that we have 1 here. For that, we have to change R3. R3 is changed to minus 2 by 5 R3. So we have this matrix. Now we have to make this one as 0. Then we have to apply R1 is changed to R1 minus 3 by 2 R3. Then we have LHS matrix as identity matrix, and this is our A inverse. Remark: in case after applying one or more elementary row operations on A is equal to IA, if we obtained all zeros in one or more rows of the matrix A on LHS, then A inverse does not exist. Question number 2. Find A inverse if it exists given by A is equal to 10 minus 2 minus 5 1. We apply row operations, so we start with A is equal to IA. So here 10 minus 2 minus 5 1 1 0 0 1 A. We have to make this 1. So we have to change R1 as 1 by 10 R1. Then we have 1 minus 1 by 5 1 by 10 0. Now we have to apply, we have to change R2. Here we have to make 0. So we have to apply R2 minus, R2 is changed to R2 plus 5 R1. So we apply this R2, the operation to get R2 as, we have here R2. Here we can see that as LHS matrix has all second row elements 0, the inverse of the given matrix does not exist. That's all, and these are the concepts with questions from the chapter matrix of class 12th. So for boosting your confidence, you should practice much and much. Thanks.